What's the moment that you fell in love with The Warning? Put that in the comments, please. I'd like to know what moment was it that you fell in love with them.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a. Son of a. Son of a.
Son of a.
Son of a.
Are you
serious?
Are you serious?
Welcome back, TWA. We are going to jump into day 4. And I am super excited because today is education day, and I had some events today and was doing some stuff with family and ended up speaking with a lady who is Hispanic, and we were talking about my business and how I really need to learn Spanish just so I can better serve the Latina community or Latino community. And I realized that yes, I do also, because there's going to be some hidden gems in all of the Warnings videos, or not all of them, but there's going to be stuff that if I would try to work on my Spanish, I'd be able to pick up. So we'll see what happens. There's only so many hours in the day, and I'm already thinking about cutting sleep back so I can do more videos and editing and all the fun stuff that comes with it. Anyway, I want to say a special thank you to Larry Butler 8948 for another super chat. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Again, I'm doing this selfishly for my own documentation and journey, but I'm willing to go down this rabbit hole, and you can guide me, or you can just cut me loose and let me see where I go. I'm planning on, because the family's at my in-laws' house tonight, because tomorrow's their 50th wedding anniversary, so I'm staying back to pick up the cakes and get them there so they're fresh. So I've got some time alone in the house, just me and the dog. So I'm going to get this one done and ready, and then I'm actually going to, first thing in the morning, jump on and react to some music of The Warning so that we can get that scheduled for Monday at the same time. So if I don't jump in the comments the last couple days, please, it's the weekend and I try my best, but with family stuff, family always comes first. So I know you understand. If you haven't yet, like, follow, comment, all those fun things. Obviously comments where we get to know each other better. If you have questions, throw them in the comments. I may not respond with the answer, but I'll try my best to jump on this on the video and give you your answers that way. Anyway, I'm doing way too much talking. Let's get into this video that was suggested. It is the Mexican rock stars who happen to be sisters.
Obviously started playing here in Mexico. We're Mexicans, we're from Mexico. So our first shows were always here in our home and then just across the country. And I feel like we've seen it grow over the years and how we started and just our crowd. And it makes me so excited that people my age are looking for this energy and like this music specifically.
Was that her as she's aged differently? Has it bounced between the pictures? I don't want to go too far back, but.
And I feel like we've seen it grow over the years and how we started and just our crowd. And it makes me so excited that people my age are looking for this energy and like this music specifically.
That is so awesome.
There aren't a lot of female-led rock bands, only woman rock bands. So she started working as a young teen, a kid. Mm-hmm. We didn't even start out as women. Like we started out as little girls in this industry. Children, literally.
So I'm eating this up, obviously. I want you to look at Alejandra. She's the bassist, right?
Started out as little girls in this industry.
Right there. See that double thumbs up? My daughter Samantha, the musician, every one of her performances, she would look for us and be nervous. This is before I even played with her. We'd make eye contact. I have little nicknames for her, so she'd listen for her nicknames so she knew where we were seated for her performance. And then either before or after, when she felt good, she'd find me, and with the lights in her face and dark, she didn't know if I was making eye contact with her, but it was always a double thumbs up. It was always two, and that just is come full circle is so awesome.
Children, literally. It involves a lot, and we were doing it with our parents. Like we were pretty protected. Like they supported us so much. They got us into lessons. Like they bought us our instruments. Like they give us the liberty to like really concentrate on music.
She goes off to the side and points to the guitars that are there on the side. I absolutely love that. Okay, I'm gonna geek out just.
Our instruments. Like they give us the liberty to like really concentrate on music.
Because imagine you're like just a teenager, maybe 13, and you want to do this, but of course there's tons of different things that you want to try out and do. So like sticking with it was also hard, you know?
The band started out as a 5-member band. Our parents are part of the band. Right now, obviously, our family has grown a bit more, like with our team, our management, and everyone that works with us. But as we keep on working, that is always like the center of everything, and everyone we start working with starts feeling like family, because we've always had that vibe. Like we've learned how to be like disciplined and responsible and like level.
No crap, you can't play piano like that without that. Like I took piano lessons for like 6 years, and my right hand can do things my left hand says no, I'm gonna go do something else. I have no interest in practice. My son's the same way. He's been piano lessons for almost 3 years now, and practice. I feel like Allen Iverson. Insert Allen Iverson clip.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
Headed.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really important for the industry that we're in. So a big hug to mom and dad for everything.
What we think really got us into this energetic music and rock and roll was definitely the Rock Band, the video game. We loved to play that game, and it was so fun that we just like looked at the screen and we just, we want to do that. I told my dad, like, I want to play the guitar. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, of course. By the first week, my fingers hurt so much that I was like, please, no. But I fell in love with it, and there was no going back.
Kind of like along that same line, story time. Samantha, when she asked to play guitar, it was right around her 12th birthday, and I remember it like yesterday because I'd mentioned that I like sports and basketball. I won state in high school, was basketball captain in high school for 2 years. I opted not to play in college because I wanted to focus on a degree and starting to make some money. So when she was born, I got her into basketball early because she was taller than I'm 6'5". She had my height. She's left-handed, and it's hard to stop a left-handed jump shot as a male. If you're a female that knows how to rebound and can shoot left-handed, at the very least, she was going to get a scholarship in my eyes for junior college and get 2 years for free. But after the third year, right in the middle of the second year, so almost at the end of the beginning of the third year, she said, "Dad, do I have to play basketball?" And I said, No, this is not. I'm not one of those parents that I live my dreams through you. Are you not enjoying yourself? And she said, "No, I'm enjoying the team and getting to know people and the social aspect, but I'm not passionate about basketball." So I said, "Well, let's finish out the year because we always finish what we start. They're counting on you to be at games, and you're going to give it everything you've got. What are you interested in doing?" And she said, "I want to learn to play guitar." And so my wife and I bought her a guitar, and we didn't know how serious she was going to be. So we just bought her a beginner guitar. It was a 3/4 acoustic off of Amazon, came in a soft case, and she taught herself 3 or 4 chords that first night and started writing her first songs, and the rest is history. So I identify so parallel these stories. It warms my heart that there are parents out there that empower kids. And I could go on about parents and how we're failing our future and our current kids. But let's finish more of this video.
I've been playing for 13 years. I don't like that number, but okay, 13 years. And well, I've been playing since I was a little kid. I would always play on the drums, like the toy drums. And I remember I really liked hitting things. So it was like a perfect match for me. And my dad saw that I have really good coordination. And he asked me like, hey, like, are you up for lessons? Like, do you want to give it a shot? And I was like, yeah. Nobody wanted to give me lessons. I looked like a toddler.
I mean,
and
you
like
were
I was
6, you
super
were
short.
short.
Like playing the drums, it didn't look very, very promising for me. But I met one teacher and I had like a test class, and the teacher was like, "Oh, leave her with me. Like she'll be good. Like, let's do this."
My parents bought me my first bass, and of course I was really young and really short, and I couldn't play a full-scale bass, so they bought me a smaller bass, which I have right here.
Right there.
Yeah, it's really small, and I still couldn't play that, and I learned for about a month, and then we started playing together immediately. So I didn't really have like that much time to get used to my instrument before we started playing together.
Okay, wait,
But-
I know that this isn't part of it. I'm going to ask you a
Do
question.
it.
Because it's like,
Do
because
it.
I know, this isn't my place, but I will. Because there's a lot of people who tell you, like, why don't you play with a pick? Because normally
Oh,
rock
that's
music
true.
is just like,
It's like
but
pick.
you, like, from the start, it
I
was
always
like
play with my
finger
fingers.
style.
I know how to play with a pick now, and I really do like the sound of it. But I don't know, I just
Oh, that one is beautiful. A flat black with a hollow body. I like that one a lot. I like it a lot.
always played with my fingers, and I do feel more comfortable with my fingers, even though I do play more on time with a pick. It's weird. It does hurt more though, but
I get it. It's like when I play without shoes and when I play with shoes.
Yeah,
I get it. The big turning point.
A lot of times when you're watching someone play bass, you're paying attention to the fingers on the neck, but watch her plucking fingers and how even her thumb resting on the pick guard and the string her form is so good.
The big turning point in our careers. Like, we did our Enter Sandman cover, which went viral, but I feel like the point where we were like, we really want to do this, like, for the rest of our lives, was when we started writing our own music and releasing our own stuff. That was like, whoa, like, we can create something, put it out in the world, and people react to it. It was just something that we really, really liked and looked forward to. So now that we're doing what we do today, like, I just feel like it's the thing that really keeps us going, our music. Of course, like any type of siblings, like, we have our disagreements and our little fights and stuff like that, but we get along really well.
We know each other so well that we know how to make it work.
Exactly. And in the second that we start writing music,
But
everything just
like, what were you
flows
thinking?
really nicely. Like, I don't know what to call it except like sibling magic.
yeah.
I feel like this is fast forwarding my journey so fast, and I need the foundation. So foundationally, but seeing my first 4 days ago was my first ever time seeing anything, which was over a decade ago in their life. They have grown so much, just like mature. Like, there are 40, 50, 60-year-olds that I know that are not as mature as they are. That is so awesome. I am so proud, happy, all the positive things and vibes.
You shall remain inside your space. You shall remain inside your space. Escape the Mind. Those were our first compositions ever. That was our first
That's
time writing. I
cool.
was like 12, Danny was 14, and I was 9. We were
Oh,
children. moment where we really fell in love with music and like what we wanted to do. Like creating something was just such a powerful experience.
And you know, it was such a key thing, I think.
I want to ask you a question. That's the moment that they fell in love with music. What's the moment that you fell in love with The Warning? Put that in the comments, please. I'd like to know what moment was it that you fell in love with them. Is it like a boom, aha, this is it? Or is it love at first sight, love at first listen? As soon as you knew that yeah, they were going to be your band.
Experience.
And you know, it was such a key thing, I think, personally, that we were not thinking about will people like it, because we were not going to release it. We were not even going to record it. It was not going to be a thing. So we just literally wrote from our 14-year-old hearts.
And on walk onto the very top and all ride, even though I stumble and fall.
And then we jump into our first album, 21st Century Blood. And it was weird because some of the compositions.
That bass line. I mean, just listen to that. Do, 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 do. Oh, it's so good. It like volume wise is where I want the bass to be over everybody.
And then we jump into our first album, 21st Century Blood. And it was weird because some of the compositions that are in 21st Century Blood were written in the same time as Escape the Mind.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this very big leap we gave with this song that we made called Free Falling.
It was the first song we actually wrote together.
Yeah. And you know, it was also a big thing that we started like looking for outside inspiration. We really like what's happening in the world that we can write about.
And more than anything, like we read so much and we consume a lot of media as any Gen Z teen does. So we were constantly getting
More and more kids need to read. I love that they read.
inspired by other
Different
stories that we
scenarios.
were hearing. So 21st Century Blood was like, we felt like it was our first step. You know, like, okay, we're a band now. This is our album.
And nothing will change. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing I can put out of place.
And one thing that I really like that we do, we really looked for what the song needed. We were like, okay, so what if this is a song with only piano, violins, and stuff like that? Like, we didn't focus on, oh, we have to be rock. We just focused on the energy that went into the song. So if you hear our music, sometimes it will be very varied within the same album.
But then Queen of the Murder Scene.
I don't know if you understand the thinking of an artist, and I don't, but I've been a part of a journey when Sam did her recording. You not only can hear and understand what direction you want the sound to go and the song to go and the lyrics to go, and just like they're saying there is they wanted it to be fitting for each individual song, and to have it go from in here to out here and see their faces light up as they make it is, I will never describe that feeling of seeing my daughter's dreams come true. And the way that they describe that is exactly putting me back in the studio in Wellington, Kansas, and watching, sitting on the couch, and the producer's like, parents can be here, but you're not the artist. Just sit there and be quiet unless you're asked. And I was a fly on the wall, and I was in heaven, and it was so cool watching that process and just noticing the beginning concerts that they're showing here. And the equipment that they have is still the equipment that they have in the interview room. Like, they're so humble. Parents did. Hats off to you. Great job.
But then Queen of the Murder Scene comes. It's our second album, and Queen of the Murder Scene. I was in middle school. I started going through my emo phase, so you can hear clearly there how that shift and like I'm angsty now.
These songs and these albums like grew with us. It's
Yeah.
literally, you can see like the change
Yeah,
in
you can feel the
personality.
Yeah,
Our
and
music.
Queen of the
Yeah.
Murder Scene is a concept album. It tells a story.
A novel.
Yeah, it was like a novel, and it was a really different process writing songs to fit a narrative and a plot.
It was really hard.
It was hard because we had some, and then we had to add like the filler episodes, but we didn't want them to feel like filler songs. So we really had to put meaning into every single little part. But I was like really into this idea of making it a whole album about this story.
Yeah.
And when I told them about it, they were like, what?
Why is there blood everywhere?
Why? I was like, please hear me out.
We had to change
so much.
like
Of
a
the
lot of the
story.
storyline because it wasn't
It wasn't
that
like
much of
that.
a storyline.
It was just like
murder.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
you were getting into.
I was getting into K-pop.
That's true. I just
So
remember that too.
we took the emo face K-pop like
Route.
express line, right?
Yeah.
So you can hear a lot of influences in there that maybe you don't pinpoint them as such, but for us it's really apparent like which phases we were going
That key
through.
change into the
Those
one.
key
Like,
changes, those harmonies, like it was all very K-pop-y for us.
it's a thing that we also love to do. That as we start learning new ways of doing this, we just like, okay, what's the next thing that we can try out with our music?
Yeah.
So
And
it's very
in
fun.
Queen of the Murder Scene, it was key changes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Definitely.
change the key.
That was the theme.
I love that the drummer is the one that's talking about the key changes and not the tempo or anything else. Or I love that. I know when I said in the first one I worried about sisters and fighting and drama, and everybody very quickly was like, they are the perfect storm in the most beautiful way. I'm seeing it now, and I appreciate that.
Coming from Queen of the Murder Scene, things are really different now because I feel like we really grew as people,
Even
as
more,
musicians,
like,
right?
from those
Because
two.
we're going through our teenage years. Of course, you grow a lot from one year to another, and you start living different experiences and stuff like that. So I feel like this third album is personal.
Yeah.
Like it talks more about our feelings or situations that are close to us, or our opinions on certain situations.
That white is awesome. It is. I'd get rid of all the chords if like I'm just that picky, but that is beautiful, all the white.
Evolve was one of the songs that we started writing together, and we had music first before lyrics and melody. It's usually the other way around. So the three of us were in this room,
Yes,
and Danny
right
and Ale
here.
were like playing, like getting the riff, and I was like, let me write a melody really quickly for the verse and just like put some lyrics on there. And I was like, hey, that's a good line.
That's a cool
I'm not in
line.
danger, I'm the danger.
I do feel that it encases what this new album represents for us, the changes that we went through as musicians, as people, and in writing, because we saw things differently. Like right now, we really concentrated on adding a lot of like new harmonies and how like the bass and the drums were going to play together. And then differently at the same time.
Like there is so much room to grow, and we always enter these situations like with big wondrous eyes. Like we're gonna learn today. What are we gonna learn now?
What's gonna happen
Yeah.
now?
You guys, this is you. Hey, everybody.
Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, pam, 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 pam.
definitely performing our songs
Was that their dad that was there with them? I obviously don't know what the parents look like.
live is a totally different
different
universe. Like, we treat it as such, even ourselves. We know it's nothing like recording in a studio, but it's so much fun. You're like directly sharing and expressing to the people who are watching you.
And I feel like our past albums, we try to grab like the sound, like how we sound live into our recordings, and we never really
we have never accomplished that.
never accomplished that until like
this
third
album.
album.
I've already collapsed, so I'll just drown my sorrows in a non-existent world.
She's using a pick. I think it's funny that because I haven't noticed in the live that she uses the pick, but she is in this.
We put in a lot of hard work
Yep.
into our live
Yes,
shows. We really planned everything out, and we practice it a lot.
And even our movements, like if you see us playing in our early stages of the band, we're just like statues. And that's something that we actually worked on consciously. It's like how to play, being able to like jump around and bring more energy to the show.
Like we make fun of each other while
That is so wise beyond their years. I absolutely adore that because as a credit coach, like literally, I want to work with people that want to better themselves financially. And if you're not intentional about making change and creating new habits and trying to change your mindset and do all the things, you're going to fall right back into what you're doing. And to recognize a spot in your life that is a gap that you want to close and make yourself better at is huge. Adults don't do that. And even if you identify it, staying with it to make it actually happen, they are so ahead of the curve. They are so special. And you know that. I believe you. I just seeing it is hearing it coming out of their mouth.
we're on stage.
And I know like I shouldn't really be like saying this, but even when we mess up, we're like, oh, you messed up. Like,
we just
we're
look at each other like
you messed up.
When we play a show in our country and in our home city, it's just absolutely amazing.
Actually, our last show that we played was in Mexico City, and we hadn't been to Mexico City in a long time.
Yeah.
So coming back and seeing that we had...
So they said in their home city, and then they're talking about Mexico City. Are they from Mexico City, or is it just because it's the capital? I believe it's the capital of their country. Is that why it's their home city? I mean, I've been through Mexico City. It is huge. It was 2:00 in the morning when we were driving through. We were doing a mission trip in central Mexico. So I didn't get to see Mexico City, but with the size of Mexico City, they could easily say they're from Mexico City, but really be on the outskirts. So help me understand what part of Mexico are they really from?
more fans. Like there were a lot of people watching us. It was just insane. It was one of the
so
best
cool.
shows we've
People
ever
like
had.
screaming our songs. We actually have like a video where you hear everyone singing on top of like it's
like you can't hear us. Really has something very special.
A big scene
Like,
of energetic people ready
people are
for
really
metal.
passionate about music in general here in Mexico, and the crowds were always really energetic.
Like this energy that they transmit, you just can't help but give it back. It's really about making like a personal connection of what you want to transmit through your instrument. Cause I look at our past videos, like our covers, and I'm like, no, what are you doing? But we were so young, we were starting out, so it's okay. But I feel like that's a really nice thing. Looking back and see like,
if you take the time to go back into I have different folders and I've started one for the warning. So it's easy for you to find those videos. But if you go back even just 4 months, there's some ones I haven't deleted from 4 or 5 years ago. You probably don't want to listen to those. But if you go back, there's my lighting, because the name of my credit business is Scarlet Arrow. So I used red lighting and I looked almost red. The the intention and the growth. You are cringe moments for you, but you don't appreciate where you're at today without reflecting on the past. And don't delete the past. It's still part of your history and who you are today. So I love that they reflect. Like, again, adults don't spend time reflecting on their past half the time. They just worry about today. They are so national treasures, special. That's understatements for what and who they are.
Seeing how much you've improved, how much you've grown.
A veces las cosas obvias son las más difíciles de ver. Te asfixiaste con tus propias manos. Cuando todo apunta que por fin alguien te viene a rescatar, te encuentras nuevamente abandonado.
Day, like, there's a goal and there's something that you want to reach, and it's really about putting in a lot of work.
And just also be very conscious that the people who work around you are different, are going through different things and will think differently than you. There's no one that will think exactly like you. So taking things with...
They're so freaking mature. I just wanted, so I don't hold back. I just like, we're huggers. Everyone in my family's a hugger. You just want to like wrap your arms around them, protect them from everything. Perspective is so much. Recognizing that the person right next to you is not going to have the same viewpoint of you, and that's okay because that's their viewpoint, is so important. Why can't we all just get along? Because we're stubborn, thinking you need to listen to it the same way I listen to it and have the same interpretation. It's art. You're right. Every single one of you, you are right. They are going to kill it the rest of their lives as long as they stay with this focus and stay with this mentality and appreciate those that they've and keep that circle small. I'd love to be a part of it, but I know better. That's not ever going to happen. I would love to shake their hands and just say thank you. They wake up at the same that I do. They put their one leg in each pair of pants the same way that all of us do. They're just people, but they're special people. I got to finish this. We're almost done, but my gosh, I love every word coming out of their mouth. It is so important. Everything that they're saying.
Work around you are different, are going through different things and will think differently than you. There's no one that will think exactly like you. So taking things with a grain of salt and not taking things personally for it to ruin like your experience is a key thing. As sisters, we really have like that separate, our working selves and our sister selves.
Sometimes people have these stereotypes or these stigmas, like we've seen it in places we've played in festivals and stuff like that. Like the treatment is really different to like other bands, like male bands. But we see that change after like
we play.
Yeah, we play and then like people's faces completely change. Yeah. And like everyone's just so excited.
Which is fun to see because they remind themselves that it doesn't matter who is playing, their age, whatever it is. It's about the music.
Music is the language. It doesn't matter like where you're from, like what language you speak, like anything. Like music is the language.
Thank you. Thank you for sticking with me this far. Thank you for suggesting this video. Thank you for every part of the last 4 days. I am honored. I am grateful. I am excited. As a father, I'm sitting there thinking they need a fan base intervention for any boy that tries to date them to protect them and make sure that they are not being taken advantage of. But then I think of when my daughter was dating, I'm like, I'm here to minimize your pain. But if you don't go through some hurt and go through some life lessons and all that, you're not going to grow into the woman God intended you to be. So they're not mine, they're ours. And I will be praying for them daily, that the right journey is laid before them. They open their eyes and they just walk and follow what they're supposed to do. I am so excited to continue doing this. Look for some reactions tomorrow. More The Warning, but some songs. We're going to combine studio and live into one video. It's going to be a long one, but I was told in the comments, TWA doesn't mind long videos as long as it's all about the girls. I'll see you guys tomorrow.